If I would have made this video 3 weeks ago, I would have been a very somber tone, basically saying, look, we traded away potentially the best player this franchise has ever seen. He is a lockdown cornerback, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, one of the best draft picks that we've ever had. But after seeing how much of a douchebag this guy is and what kind of stuff he's put this team through this last 3 weeks, let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize for my language in this video, but it's going to get passionate here because I am so relieved that we finally got rid of this turd. Jalen Ramsey is now my least favorite player to ever play in the NFL. Least favorite player. And a lot of people are going to sit here and say, oh, this is the Tom Coughlin. We need to get rid of Tom so we can keep this guy. What? No. Screw that shit. Jalen Ramsey quit on the Jaguars. Quit unlike any player I've ever seen. All of a sudden, after he demands a trade, there's some back issues that pop up with him. Oh, I can't play, guys. My back is tightening up. And then, I'll give him this. He was very creative with it. I've never seen a player actually fake injury to not play. Hell, the player before Jalen Ramsey that I've seen to be the most outspoken about wanting to get traded is Earl Thomas. But at least Earl Thomas still played for the Seahawks before getting traded. Maybe he did give Pete Carroll the bird, but man, first of all, here's what we got in return. We traded Jalen Ramsey to the Rams. What we got in return was a 2020 first-round pick, a 2021 first-round pick, and a 2021 fourth-round pick. Damn, that was a haul. And then now, Jalen Ramsey joins a few other first-round picks from the Jaguars. 2014 first-round pick, Blake Bortles. 2015 first-round pick, Dante Fowler Jr. And now we have Jalen Ramsey joining the squad, joining up with his best friend, Blake Bortles. But in all seriousness, though, this was something that needed to happen. I almost wanted to be a little bit petty with it and maybe just say, why don't we just keep Jalen Ramsey around and maybe just trade him in the offseason, just because I wasn't a player that I didn't want players in return. I wanted draft picks. I think 2 first-round picks is tremendous, especially with a guy with quote-unquote back problems. And, I thought maybe that would have scared off some teams, but, he goes to the LA Rams. The LA Rams literally traded away Marcus Peters today to make room for Jalen Ramsey. And now, he's going to go over there. And I guess, it'd be an ultimate slap in the face. They're playing in London this week. What if Jalen Ramsey actually went out there and played this week? I could very well see him doing that. But, here's what a lot of people are going to say. I'm going to go ahead and get on the Tom Coughlin side of it. They say, this is Tom Coughlin's fault. Tom Coughlin completely disrespected Jalen Ramsey. And that's why he demanded to get traded. It's Tom Coughlin's fault. Well, guess what? And he wanted to win. But guess what? Literally, who should have been the most upset with Fournette or with Tom Coughlin under this whole thing, under his ruling in the last 3 years? Leonard Fournette. Literally, after 2018, with all the different events that transcribed with Leonard Fournette after, him being injured and missing treatments and not knowing the playbook very well and getting, suspended for stuff, for team activities and also, getting in a fight with the Bills. Literally, Tom Coughlin voided all of his guarantees. He voided all of his guarantees. I don't know how much that equates to. But it's got to be hundreds of thousands of dollars that Tom Coughlin basically took out of Leonard Fournette's pocket. Did Leonard Fournette bitch his way out? Did Leonard Fournette say, I want to get traded. I got disrespected? No. You know what Leonard Fournette did? He worked his ass off. He changed the way he was as a person, as a teammate. He changed the way he prepared for the 2019 NFL season. And look at him now. He's leading the AFC in rushing yards. He's a huge part of our offense, and he's become a much better teammate. You know what I'm saying? If anybody has a reason to want to demand to get traded, it's him. If anybody got disrespected, it's Leonard Fournette. And look at that now. You know, he put a chip on his shoulder and now he's playing great. You know, and everyone's going to say, oh, Jalen Ramsey just wants to win. Who doesn't want to win? Literally, Paul Posluszny, his whole entire NFL career besides 1 year, he was a part of all losing teams. All losing teams. Maurice Jones-Drew, you know, after the 2007 playoffs, we didn't go to the playoffs again. He was on the Jaguars from 2018 to 2013 after that. Those were miserable years. Those were miserable years. We were like double-digit losses all the way through, basically. But you didn't hear him saying, oh, I want to get traded. I just want to win. Well, guess what, Jalen? If you want to win, do something about it. Do something about it. Maybe he can go help the Rams win now. And, you know, getting back on this, man, I love where we trade him to. You know, and it's almost a win-win for us. We get to root against Jalen Ramsey, and rooting against Jalen Ramsey, the worse the LA Rams do, the better our draft position is. I am now emotionally invested in the Rams because I want that draft pick to be as high as possible. Right now, the Rams sit at 3-3, third place in the NFC West as the 49ers are rolling. They're undefeated, and the Seahawks with Russell Wilson, he's having an MVP, you know, type of year. So, you know, the Rams are having issues. Their offensive line isn't playing well. Jared Goff isn't playing well. And, man, it's going to be exciting once the draft comes and we are literally out here. We're going to see Roger Goodell twice in one night for the next 2 years, painting that we don't trade away those draft picks. Man, I've never, since I've been emotionally invested in the Jaguars, I don't ever remember us having, I know since I've been invested in the Jaguars, we never had 2 first-round picks. Maybe in the 90s we did, but it's going to be exciting, man. We're going to be coming out with 2 different players. You know, I hope the Rams just keep losing. You know, wouldn't it be just poetic justice if Jared Goff gets injured and Blake Bortles goes in there and starts, like, winning the games? And it's like, look, Blake, you're literally costing us dead cat money this year, and you're putting us at a work draft position. But I don't think that's going to happen. But it's, you know, like I said, man, if this was a few weeks ago, I'd have been like, man, how do we got rid of this guy? But he just turned out to be the biggest turd. Just the biggest turd. Like, I just want to win. I just want to be good to I just love my teammates. Want to be good to my teammates. Look, you dislike Tom Coughlin in the city of Jacksonville more than you like your teammates. That's pretty sad shit. And just the kind of stuff you've been doing on social media, you know, it's just so funny the way these players do things now. Like, he deletes every picture he's ever had on the Jaguars. You know, like he broke up with his ex-girlfriend. I saw him, you know, on Instagram, he liked a picture of, he liked a video of, you know, of Gardner Minshew getting sacked and Cam Jordan doing like a mustache thing. You know, that's a rookie 6th-round pick that's out here balling out for us, and he doesn't give that any credit. And I even saw today the safety for the Titans, I think, is Kenny Vaccaro or something like that. You know, go on Jalen Ramsey's Twitter and look at what he liked. He liked a video of a viral video. Just look at what he liked. It was basically like a player intercepting the ball, high school player intercepting the ball, running the wrong way, and it was like, this is what will happen if the Jags don't trade Jalen Ramsey by the trade deadline. You know, it's just, and even Leonard Fournette put out a pretty interesting picture on Instagram. He's like, I've never quit in my life, stuff like this. And I don't know if it was directed at Jalen Ramsey because they are friends, but it'd be interesting if it was. But, you know, it's crazy with the Jaguar with this whole thing because, I mean, Jalen Ramsey, I mean, he had a beef against the Jacksonville media, and now he's going to LA. You know, he's a guy that, I mean, like I said in my last video, I mean, he's the ultimate millennial. He just wants everything his way. He's not a pleasant person to be around when when he's upset. I mean, you know, he's just a turd. I now have a least favorite player all times, like a most hated player. I've never like actively rooted against a player before in my life. I mean, I root against teams. I root against like, all the AFC South teams, but my dislike for Jalen Ramsey is more than my dislike for the Titans or Texans or whoever. Like, man, it's just it's crazy, man. And now we get some draft capital, 2 first-round picks. That's freaking exciting. And, I know there's probably some things that I left out of this video that I would have wanted to say. But Jalen Ramsey, the biggest turd on the face of the planet. Now Jacksonville smells a little better without his shittiness around the area. And just, I got to give it to him. I mean, he was pretty ingenious in the way that he did it. I mean, he would just show up on the injury report just to collect a paycheck. Like, and a few weeks ago when Deshaun Watson posted that picture of him and both of their agents, David Mulawilaba, and people acted like they didn't know Twitter was going to blow up. They knew it was going to happen, guys. The agent knows what Twitter is going to do. The agent knows all PR matters. It was planned. They knew exactly what was going to happen. God. But yeah, that's my video. Duval till I die. If you don't want to be on the Jaguars, get the fuck off my team. I don't care who you are. We just got rid of one of the best players in franchise history. It's a shame he wasn't a better person. It's a shame he's not like a Julio Jones, somebody humble like that, just wants to play for the team, is quiet, goes about his business. We got a true turd sandwich. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you are still, pro Jalen Ramsey after all that stuff happened, let me know. I want to know in the comment section why you could still be on the Jalen Ramsey train and, and act like, oh, Tom Coughlin's the issue. We need to be cradling his balls, all the way through. Nah, fuck that shit. Screw that. Screw Jalen Ramsey. Screw the Rams. Hope you lose the rest of your games. Let me get a top 5 pick. Not going to happen. That'd be cool. Maybe we can get one. Hopefully the Rams miss out on the playoffs. Hopefully they keep struggling so we can get a high draft pick. But thank you guys for watching the video. Go Jaguars. I'll see you guys in my next vid.